Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
All right, hey, welcome to RoyalOasis where we give you some interesting tidbits on about proper things that you can do in the field of aesthetics. So I'm really excited tonight that we're going to be covering a major topic tonight: male clients and male estheticians. So that's the focus tonight. I'm truly honored tonight to invite you, you wonderful viewers at home. So spouses, get your husband. Hey, get your boyfriend. Everybody come on to the couch. Get your ink pens ready. If your thing is tea or coffee, hot chocolate, hey, with the extra marshmallows, right? Make sure you include that as well. We're going to try to just chunk some information in. We're going to be very respectful of everybody's time. But I'm truly honored tonight. I know we're speaking from a male platform for male topics geared towards males. But tonight we actually have the CEO and the founder of RoyalOasis Spa here this evening. I think it's definitely honoring our platform when you can have the originator, the creator, the founder, all that rock sticks and bricks and mortar that's in the building tonight. So she's in to assist us from a pure professional standpoint, but also from a neutral standpoint as well. She's going to be able to be our guide with some questions as well, but she will also interject as time allows and as there is a need from a professional perspective as well. So if you're ready, stay tuned. I'm going to turn it back over to our orator so she can start driving us home with some questions, okay?
Well, before we get started, I want to make sure everybody hit that like button, hit that share button on the YouTube screen right there. Press down right there because we need everybody to be in tune to our information. Our information is free. We try to be helpful to the new estheticians, aspiring estheticians, and for those clients as well. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at RoyalOasis Spa, and please subscribe to our channel as Zenobia Dyson 3175. Our goal is 100 subscribers, and we are currently at 89. So we just need a few more people just to tap in. All right, thank you so much.
Tap in. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Feedback is a gift, so sharing is a gift too. Okay.
All right. So we have some questions that I had typed up. And I want to hear from the male perspective to see what is it about the male clientele and the male estheticians. What are their thoughts of the aesthetics industry?
Okay, very good question. It's really a lot of a stigma that's going on out there. There's a whole lot of hangups about males having apprehensions by having another male esthetician professional render services on them. So, and the crutches of this is that, let me give you an example. Some males shy away from the field of aesthetics and skincare in general, specifically because other males will make fun of them and tease them, or they think that it's an embarrassment. So that's pretty much one of the hangups as well. Plus, in skincare, it is really feel like the market or the playing field for this is predominantly female in nature. Mm-hmm. So that also creates an area of uncomfortable for a certain type of a male, especially those who are not actually familiar with the field of aesthetics as well. But I'm sure as we get a little bit further on, we can further elaborate as time moves on. Did I grab your question? Did I get it?
Well, it really wasn't a question. I didn't even start the question.
Look, I was excited. Okay, all right.
All right, so my first real question that I have, because he just went ahead. I know you was like, she didn't even ask the question yet. I guess he's so excited. Okay. But when it comes to choosing a service provider in the field of aesthetics, there seems to be gender barriers for the male estheticians. So do you feel or believe male estheticians get treated differently? If so, how?
Oh, yes. Without a doubt. Males estheticians do get treated differently for a multitude of reasons. Male clients that like to be serviced are heterosexual males. So that barrier where another male servicing another male client in the field of skin, it becomes uncomfortable. It seems like it's a thing where males just doesn't like, it's out their scope of area of comfort. Mm-hmm. but there's so much that's industry driven in it as well. You don't you don't walk around, you don't see billboards designed with male um, in imaging even getting a facial service. It's kind of something that's like a buried treasure somewhere that has
Right.
not yet been discovered.
Right.
So that's part of it. And then, some people have that thing like this is something that females get done to beautify themselves. But that's another hang up because I know that there's a great host of males that I know personally and clients as well that are very focused on healthy and healthy skin and doing what they need to do to maintain that their natural beauty, if you will, and skincare. So definitely there's a hang up as well too, because heterosexual males have another hang up that they don't want any other thing. Like their concern is the male that's servicing me, a professional that's focused on the craft. That is that person part of the what is it, LG
LGBT.
that one
Q.
right there, right? And all those letters. So they're concerned about that as well. And then, you still have upbringing. Parents could have raised you, hey, you don't let another male, touch you on your face and stuff like that. So the list goes on and on.
Okay. All right. So you might have answered this kind of already, but is there a stigma for men clientele in the arena of skincare and wellness? Not just skincare itself, but for like products as well too.
Oh yes. So and that's again, when you're into a market that is predominantly female, and statistics shows this to be true. In the field of aesthetics, there's 84% female, right, towards a 12% that are male into the field. But when you typically see these images and things that are being put forward, or even people from their own personal experience, they go into a salon where hair is being done with female clients, but they offer esthetician services. The products that they're using are not neutral products. They're actually more floral or perfume based, which is a turnoff for males, right? So, and I can understand that from a male perspective as well. So, and that's what's actually taking place in actually fueling more of that stigma, because nothing on the market that males are aware of, because of lack of marketing, lack of advertising, and lack of, like we're doing right now, is educating male clients about what's really going on. But the fact of the matter is that on the market today, there are wonderful neutral non-fragrance products for males. I actually use a product by Elemis, right, that's catered to male, and I can tell you it'll knock your socks off by the palette that's pleasant, but also the benefit that you're actually going to be using that product. And it's nothing floral. It's a neutral color. It's kind of like it has a black and a silver with a gold trim palette. Pretty much like you see in the background here at RoyalOasis. We make everything male friendly and male comfortable.
Okay, yeah, because with the males, they like to go dive right into the product. They want to know about the product, what the product is going to do. It seems like males are not really worried about scent, and plus for products anyway, male, the female. Let me start over. The female skin is different from the male skin anyway. So estheticians should always have a different skincare product on their shelves for men as well anyway, because your skin is way different. It's more thicker than ours anyway, so you should always have that variety for men as well.
Yeah, and here at RoyalOasis, we pride ourselves on that. We don't penny pinch anything. Everything that we do here is in excellence, and the price that we spend on material, we don't care about that. What we care about is being able to deliver quality products to our clients. And on our shelf, we have the industry, the top 3 to 4 on the market. Like I just talked about Elemis just a little. I didn't talk about Skin Script. Skin Script is really fabulous. It's actually a fun product as well.
Yeah.
You can do so many different things with that.
And Dermalogica.
But we also have Dermalogica, and we also have our organic based for that we make here, part of GJ Organics as well. So we keep the platform, so we making sure that let's keep it real. When you're getting a service, I don't know you, I'm not familiar with your skin, So how can I put a product on you if I'm not familiar with you, right? And that's one of the things that males like. Let's be very direct. Let's get down to it. Let's not just be going to the left and right. Let's play a game. Give me an education. Give me the service. Let's be done of it. I'll see you in the next 28 days or whatever.
So males are more towards giving them a solution instead of giving them relaxation. Women, we want relaxation. Like, we want results too. We want a solution for whatever skin condition we might be experiencing. But overall, we want relaxation.
Yeah, and that's great. And I'm after it all. And that's just me after a long, hard day at work, with the multitude of other things we're doing in our busy life. Give me everything. Throw it all to me. If you can take me down and help me de-stress. And a lot of men are not educated to that part too. So that part of the service for the relaxation is actually helping you with your skin, because it's taking that stress factor away, which is critically important. You can throw everything at your skin, but if you're stress going to affect your skin. It's going to affect your blood flow. It's going to affect everything.
Your whole mode.
And as a segue into what you just said, the top things that male are really concerned about is they want something that's anti-aging. They're concerned about products and skincare that can help them deal with acne and things of that nature. So those are a couple of the things that are at the very, very top of the list for males, and that's what they're really after.
Okay, so the next question that's on my list is, in marketing and in advertising, the general public only see female estheticians performing facials. You rarely see a man giving a client a facial. So do you feel this only hurt the male clientele and male estheticians?
Oh, of course. I think it hurts both equally, because again, if you don't know it, how can you promote it? Right. So if no one's talking about it, then it's kind of like, what are you talking about? If I bring it up, they're like, what did you say? Never heard of it. Oh, it's a lie. And that again, that adds to the stigma that we was talking about a little earlier today. It definitely hurts it. But oddly enough, you have no problem looking on a billboard today and seeing males unclothed for the cologne, right? You see that, and that's what's popular, and that's what's hot. Supposed to be geared towards a perfume based product. But again, it definitely hurts the male and the male esthetician. Think about it. If I did see a male getting skincare professional services, 9 times out of 10, I would always see that associated with a female professional doing the service, right? But I just said earlier that although it's a female-dominated audience, if you will, but there's still 12% is actually a big number. In 2010, we did a statistic poll, and these are real statistics, and you can find this at the Barbering Museum. So it's all right there in mainstream. Wow. In 2010, it was quite the opposite. It was like 80+ percentile male that dominated the female market in aesthetics, but you never hear about it.
Wow.
It's never talked about. But that's why when I did my deep dive, because that's my focus, the male clientele, I was blown by that, because again, I was like, whoa, I didn't know it was that huge of an impact. And then within a year, it actually flipped back in the other direction again. And again, it's something that was hot. It wasn't talked about. It wasn't marketed. It wasn't put in mainstream. So thus, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, everything's changing now, though.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
So, in a female-dominated industry, do you feel the skincare arena has collectively said no to men as both estheticians and clients?
At first on the question, I would say yes, but I'm leaning a little bit towards more as time is changing in the platform. There's so much legality that's taking place with business owners now by seeing a male that comes in to try to get a job into a salon as an esthetician, and the client is bold enough to tell them no. Well, now you're cruising down that where you're being discriminatory, and that's called male discrimination, right? You can't do that. So you're actually inviting yourself to a problem by not doing it. But I understand part of it. So there's hangups. Females don't want another male doing intimate waxing on them, right? I get that part of it. But again, as a professional, know your client, know where your boundaries are, know what you can do, and put that out there to help make them feel more comfortable about getting a service from a male esthetician. And likewise, some males won't talk about it, but male clients do actually get male waxing done by another male aesthetics. It's behind the door, it's private. Take care of your business, and then you're on your way. But I think daily we just do a disservice because there's still barriers there. Females don't want to see males coming in. I want to see females coming in. Therefore, you're definitely not catering to an audience. So you're missing a major part of that male audience, and it's such a disservice, and it's definitely a heartbreaker for those males who are into this professional arena that really wants to make a career of it, and they actually in turn become dream killers.
Yeah, I understand. I can understand both sides, because if it was me and I was getting intimate waxing, yeah, then I would want a female esthetician because that's what I'm comfortable with. And it's all about someone's comfort level, and then it's all about someone's sexual identity if they secure in their sexual identity. But everybody has their preference, and it's just you got to find your audience. You have to find that clientele who's like, I want the service done. As long as you're being professional, I'm getting what I want. You're good at what you do. Let's move on. So it's just finding that clientele.
Yeah.
So good answer. So how are aesthetics and barbering being alike and different?
Oh, I like that question. The major similarity to the two is that there is physical contact from a male to a male client directly with the skin. So in barbering, they're focused on the hair, and then actually grooming certain aspects of the face or the beard or the goatee or whatever that particular service is. So throughout a session of getting your hair cut, how many times has that male barber touched your hair, touched your face, repositioned your face? Well, in a skincare professional, when in the form of a facial, that's their canvas. That's where they begin to paint and work their work of art. So that's a major similarity. But here's where the divide and separation takes place. When you go in, if you're a barber and you're out there, this is no disrespect to you. I'm purely speaking from fact-based and 100% legal, speaking from Maryland. So the separation here is that a barber by trade is focused on hair. Okay, I can stop right there. They're focused on hair, grooming the hair. The law clearly states as definition of a barber, that is a service that they can do, and that includes shaving with the razors and things of that nature. But an esthetician is focused on the skin, purely the skin. They know how to do a skin analysis. They know how to take a deep. They know how to do a specific consultations. They know how know that what product can interfere with another product based on your history that you're giving them. And a barber does not have that skill set through training. They just don't have it. So if a barber, I'm gonna just use an example. If you walk into the barber and they use, let's just say they use a mud mask, and that's all they have on the stand. Well, right there, that's going to be a problem for me, because a mud mask can dry your skin out. So if you already have dry skin and you put that mud mask on, it's going to further dry your skin out, and you have to know how to rehydrate that skin, give the nutrients and everything that is back. So there's a clear divide that's right there. Even if you come to me, you had an appointment at 10 and you're done by 12, and then you book an appointment with me, I will not allow you to book that appointment, right? Because there's inflammation there, there's epilation that's been done if they use a razor or something to your face, which can be harmful for me. So your skin has to calm down and get itself enough time over 24 hours to adjust before I will even see you as a client.
So let me be clear, because I don't know if the viewers understood what you said. So you're saying after they come from a barber appointment and they want to come to see you as you being an esthetician, you will not allow them to come and see you after coming from their barber appointment.
Yes, at least 24 hours.
Okay.
Yep, that's correct. So as a part of it, there's a historical foundation to this as well, that is not, again, put out there publicly speaking. Barbers by trade did much more. And you can trace barbering back to 3000 BC, but it really started hitting the mainstream platform in the late 1800s. So barbers not only did just focused on your hair. If you broke your bone, they would reset your bone. If you needed your teeth pulled, they will pull your teeth. They would do everything. The word barber actually is derived from the Latin word which means hair, which means beard, excuse me. That's what it is. That was the geared up focus. So as time progressed on, barbers only focused on male clients. And that's what's fun. You didn't find back in the 1800s, the late 1900s, that there was any female barbers that actually did hair service. But one thing that's not talked about is that the skincare professional aesthetics actually dates back much further than barbering. So skincare professionals like Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, they were very finicky about their hair, yes, but they were more finicky about their skin.
Definitely.
They wanted to make sure that their skin was on point. Definitely the Egyptians put the best products on it. They didn't go out into public. And then that even stretched over into to the English continent, where the English people are like, hey, I need my skin to be as pale as I can get it, and I need the lips to pop out, and it needs to sing. So as you can see, but again, they're not talking about this. And that audience wasn't for female based, that was strongly for male based. So if you start paying attention to these movies, and the back in the day movies, start to focus your attention to the male, they were very, very finicky about that. So that is definitely a segue in that the field of aesthetics, it predates barbering.
And times has changed. Again, times has changed over the years. Women are now barbers, men are now estheticians, so we share the field. But now we have to figure out, how do we get the clientele to be comfortable with both genders, so there won't be a gender barrier.
Yeah, I like that. That was definitely a strong look at that. But again, it's on us. But it's on us to get the information out, to start educating people, to try to help build awareness and build comfort.
Right. So men, when you was talking about how it goes all the way back to the BC era. And so back then, the men were probably looking at the barbers, or going to the barbers for their aesthetic treatment. And now it seems like barbers have diversified their services. So now they're including facials into their services. Now, so we live in Maryland. We live in Southern Maryland, and I guess any part of Maryland. Does the Board of Cosmetology allow barbers to perform facial services?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm gonna just dial back just a little bit. So even when barbers had a multitude of services that they did, they never had anything to do with skin. I never mentioned that. So I just wanted to make that clear. They did everything else except for skin. Even back then, they didn't do anything to do with skin. They focused on those particular items. There was a whole different set of aesthetics that actually focused on the skin. So I just wanted to make that very, very clear, right? But again, in the state of Maryland, and typically in Maryland, which is typically to be one of the most strict ones outside of the District of Columbia, they typically follow each other in trade. And the reason why is because a barber, when they're in school, and they do the many hours in barbering school, so definitely respect to the barbers. They do a wonderful job, and they change your whole outcome, the environment. I mean, you know what the saying was, what happens in the shop stays in the shop. It is a form of relaxation as well when you go into the barber shop.
That man cave.
Right, that man cave. And it predates because back in the 1800s, they considered a barber actually a priest. This is where I could go and ask for advice and get some good information.
Confessions.
Right, yeah, all that other good stuff. All that other good stuff. So I think there's a movie out here called Barbershop, right? And it's really, really true to its nature. When you came into there, you got quality service, you had a good time, you had the people playing chess and checkers. I mean, it was just that type of environment where you actually, the male, whether you knew it or not, you step yourself into an environment where you wanted to be relaxed and then be stress-free as well.
It's like building your own little community.
Oh, that's well said. Well said. Yeah. I definitely agree with that as well.
Building your own little community, building your own network. If you need a job, go down to the barbershop because you know Mike gonna be there, and he knows such and such, and such knowing such and such. And if you need some school clothes, you need some school supply. It's like anything you need, go down to the barbershop because everybody down there know everything and know how to get. It's very resourceful.
Right. Oh, definitely true. And true for the children, you can get your sweet tooth filled too. You can hit those now laters or whatever. But yes, it's definitely, I wish we could find a happy medium between barbers and estheticians to self-refer to each other so we can keep that continuation going. So you look great with your hair, but your skin looks jacked up underneath of the hair. You know what I mean?
Right. So we're trying to bridge that gap.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to bridge the gap, especially here. Now, I don't think, Washington D.C. or Virginia has that difficulty like we're having here in Southern Maryland, but we're definitely trying to bridge that gap.
Oh, I agree.
So do you feel, even though I'm the CEO, and I want you to give the honest answer that you can, you hear me?
On the
Be
spot,
honest.
on the spot right now.
Look, because if not, blink 4 times if you need help.
Yeah.
So does Royal Oasis Spa appeal to men? Do you feel that Royal Oasis Spa appeal to men?
Like my son say, facts. We definitely appeal to men, and let me be very clear. I do have a male clientele, and I get feedback. So I ask my clients to be very transparent. What can we do different? How can we market this thing different? How was your experience? And things of that nature. And then it becomes a working relationship, if you will, between myself and the client. So if they didn't have a 5-star experience, then you need to tell me why you only gave me 4 stars, right? But we cater to it. So when you come down here, as you can see in the background, my palette is 2 strong colors. It's black and it's royal blue. Royal blue is for royalty. We rolling out all the stops, and we want to make sure that when you step here, you're treated like a king, a prince, or duke. That's the name. We want you to have the royal experience from the time that we greet you up until the end of the service. So
you are Don.
So yeah, I like that. Whoa, I like that. Wow, you was watching The Godfather, right? But again, I initially into this process, it was a hang up. Like, hey, people are not booking, people don't want to come to you. But then we got behind it, and the marketing, our platform, everything. I mean, we just said earlier in this take here that we have products that are geared towards males. Everything is being pleased, and we're constantly making changes to the environment based on information and feedback that we get from our male clients.
Okay, I'm just checking the camera real quick. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so has Royal Oasis made efforts to promote, market, advertise male clients? All
day long. If you see my face on any marketing material that is designed and created by my beautiful wife here and owner of RoyalOasis Spa, you will see that we promote the heck out of our male clients. And one of our fortes here is beard treatments. So yes, you can go to the barber, but I promise you we do a full skin service. We use different modalities on the beard too. So we get underneath of that skin, we kill the bacteria, we pull it out. Hey, I promise you, if you were trying to get length in your beard, and you have a beard, you will get that, and it will increase by inches. So that's not just small talk here, but we definitely cater to the male. Matter of fact, the products that we make as well, we make 100% organic beard balm, beard oil and conditioner as well.
Shampoo. We
have a universal shampoo for males as well. Soap as well. So I'm not talking about the strong hard fragrance and stuff. I'm talking about with ingredients like the heat oil and the sandalwood and the cedarwood and things of that. Very, very nice, pleasant. And I'm not saying that from a business perspective. I'm also a person that uses the product as well. So I never put any product on a client that I have not tried and tested for myself. And right to this day, myself, my other male clients, and all of my sons use the product faithfully. I can't keep it on the shelf, in fact. So
well, that's good. Yes, definitely tap into GJ Organics. There are clientels that prefer that vegan, organic, cleansers, moisturizers, because it's more safer for them than to put products on that has chemicals in it. So a question for you. We're gonna get a little bit in your personal business just quick. We don't have much time.
Okay.
But is it hard for you to attract male clients, being a male esthetician? Is it hard for you?
Most definitely, I would say yes, it is. You can market, you can throw everything behind it, but again, and part of that is because of where our business is currently located. The market here for facials in general is not really good at all. And it's definitely a competitive market. I think within a 10-mile radius of our business, there's probably 6 to 7 other businesses are out there. So that's a drive downward. But on top of that, it's definitely hard. Now, I have some faithful clients? Most definitely. And those clients, I do cater to them. So I extend my business hours because, hey, I can't get off from work at 7. Can you get me in? Yeah, I stopped my services 2 hours ago, but yes, because I want to retain those faithful clients. So let me just make this very clear. Every client is not a good client for me. We turn down clients all day long. If this is not a journey that you want to be a part of, if you're not concerned about skin health and things of that nature and doing the right thing, hey, all money's not good money. We are geared up and focused on your skin to give you healthy and more vibrant skin and help your skin retain that youthful appearance, right? So there's still a battleground that we're trying to overcome. But I think once we shift our gears and move into an environment that's more conducive, I won't worry about it at all. I'm not worried about it now. It's just, hey, I'm putting it out there. I'm throwing everything at it in the kitchen sink. It's just for the people to trust us enough to come on in.
So let me clean up what Corey said, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, they just turning people away. But first of all, we have our business in our home, so it's in our basement. So we have converted our basement to our business. So we are very selective about who we allow into our home, because you don't want to invite everybody into your house. And yes, we have a business, but it's still our home at the same time. So we do a lot of monitoring and screening. When we know we have clients, we need to know who we have coming into our home. But it will be, it will be more relaxed, some, my nose running, excuse me, relax some when we get into our outside of our home. We won't have to be monitoring everything, once we get outside the home. So I don't want you to think that, man, we just turning people away left and right. No, we just screen kind of hard because it is our home.
Yeah, and my apologies, I should have cleaned it up as further. And part of our consultation is for that reason as well. You may not even be suited to get a skin treatment by us. We might refer you back to a dermatologist and say, if your dermatologist approved for you to get these skin services, then so be it. But sometimes by default, we may have to do that. And that's only to better protect our client as well and protect our brand.
So also, and it's not a question at all, I kind of finished with the questions, but I just want to say to you, as being a male esthetician and those male estheticians that are viewing this video, continue to fight the stigma, fight the negative stigma that's out there on the male estheticians, because you know who really could get the men to come is the spouses, the significant others.
Yeah.
The female estheticians, I'm talking to you. If I know you have a great client base, so we can encourage, drop a few hints, a few nuggets here and there, a few gems to get your spouses to try the treatment. I know your spouse is probably saying, oh baby, your skin looks some kind of good, and then you need to say, well honey, you should go over there to RoyalOasis and get your skin done so you look good just like me. But I'm joking, but really I think it's the women that kind of can encourage the men to go get a skin care treatment, because men now are getting pedicures, manicures, they taking care of themselves, and I don't see anything wrong with it, because I like that in a man who's going to take care of himself. We don't want no hard feet and crusty thick skin around the toes and fingernails. We don't want none of that. So we want the skin to be clean as well. So I think it's, the secret is in bridging the gap is the women.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that, because my journey, and I'm very transparent with it, this journey for aesthetics was not my naturally born gifting to do. It was my wife. And we actually went to school together, and that's a whole nother situation where you're outnumbered. I'm like 20 people in the classroom and only me male, right? And I agree with that. And my wife actually walked me towards this, and my wife and I, we're very transparent in order to make our client experience better. Okay, Corey, well look, when you're doing my face, next time you need to do it like this. Where's your hand at? Why is that one over there? Where you were at? I felt like you were gone for 30 minutes into the treatment. So that actually was a hard learn, but it encouraged me and it made me better as an esthetician. Like right now, like I know, don't, if you come and see me for a beard treatment, I got it. Like hands down, it's a wrap, right? I didn't say it started that way, right? Like, but I didn't say it started that way. And then I had to find my own niche because I was after the business side. But again, I can't do nothing on the business side if I can't do that. If my wife say, hey, I need you to get in, I got a male client, you got to do that facial, I'm there. So I got the technology and I'm learning more and more in this business every day, because if I'm serious about this brand and I'm serious about educating my male clients, and we generally make a stronger bond with our client from Jump Street.
Yes.
And that's very, very important for us. We don't believe in the money aspect. The money will come. We're after, our goal is to educate, to promote them. And if we just see you one time, we're going to know that we've done our due diligence to educate you and show you how to maintain the service. Because the fact of the matter is that 80 to 90% of what you do in skincare is done at home away from us, right? The other, we just coming in here, maintaining to get you right, get you the information that you need, and then send you on your way and hope that you will drop your seed of knowledge to someone else. So, but I'm excited. So yes, females, hey, get your man. Get your man. And I'm gonna tell just a brief story, and then I'm gonna get out your way, and I'll let you close this up. We had a wife that surprised her husband with a facial for our mobile service.
Yes.
And I can tell you right now, at the end of the service, his face spoke volumes, but it was the response when he looked at himself in the mirror, and it was a wow experience. It was already paid. Your money's no good here. That's what we were after.
But it was the wife as well.
There it is.
The wife she was sitting there watching us work, because she surprised her husband, and he never had one. He wanted one, and he had some medical issues, so he didn't want to, go into somebody's establishment with his medical issues. So we told her we would come to you. Mm-hmm. But she was so amazed at everything, and she was like, oh my God, I gotta book one now. I gotta do it. She was so amazed. So we thank God for her. But if you don't have nothing else,
no,
go ahead. But good. I just want to say thank you, everybody. And Corey, I'm gonna let you close us out.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for viewing our videos. We try to keep our viewers, our clients, the new Esties that's coming on board, the aspiring Esties. We try to keep everybody educated, because there was a lot that we didn't know coming into this field, and so we always try to give back free information. Mm-hmm. So thank you from RoyalOasis Spa. I thank you for tuning in every Thursday, tapping every Thursday. Please, Corey, he is not on social media, but he has a social media page. So I checks this page. So check Corey out on Facebook, Corey Dyson Sr. If you want to book an appointment, if you have any questions, just inbox him, DM him, and I will check it. I will let him know, and then he'll take it from there. Corey. Yeah.
I mean, that's very good. And, I would just ask to maintain any type of communication. Let's keep it business professional. My wife and I, we have a covenant agreement with each other. And that's just, the best thing, the proper to do. But I want to thank you. So my wife does this every Thursday. She does a wonderful job at putting this educational information out. You will see me dropping in on some Thursdays as well, because we got to keep, the communication out there to our male clientele and their spouses as well. So we trying to network. So, hey, we're mobile. We'll come to you. Hey, barbers, hey, come talk to us. Let's how we can help each other, out and try to dispel the myth on this the male platform. So, hey, so God bless you guys. Have a great night, and we'll be talking to you real soon. We'll see you on next Thursday.